Welcome to Conspiracy Theories Revealed. Conspiracy theories have been around for as long as mankind and for as long as mankind has existed. Assassination attempts on high-profile, prominent figures have also sparked some of the wildest conspiracy theories ever. As of July 13, 2024, Donald Trump has now also joined that illustrious and infamous list. The assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life is probably something one would argue is not a surprise, given his increasingly confrontational and divisive rhetoric. No doubt, the internet and social media platforms alike showed us all just how the Trump shooting conspiracy theories far outpaced reality. In a world where the truth is sometimes stranger than fiction.
Someone wrote this. It seems like a script.
When a president that is giving a speech gets shot in the ear and then stands up and goes full John Bender at the end of Breakfast Club.
Bro, he pumps his fist in the air.
That was a crazy
says fight, fight, fight.
In this video, all Trump assassination conspiracy theories explained, we count down 10 conspiracy theories that were almost instantly fueled by the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. From claims that it was a staged false flag operation, to claims of deliberate security failings, to Joe Biden sent the orders, and many more. So, here we go. Number 10, an Israeli plot. Jews tried to assassinate Trump via the Mossad.
Lá em cima, né? Aqui, ó. You can see the guy there. I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead.
One of the more absurd theories claims that Israel, through its intelligence agency, Mossad, attempted to assassinate Trump. The supporters argue that Trump's controversial policies in the Middle East, particularly those that upset the complicated balance of power, led to this alleged conspiracy. They suggest that Israel feared Trump's unpredictability and potential to destabilize their global strategies. The alleged proof includes unclear references in diplomatic messages and suspicious activities by individuals with alleged Mossad ties around Trump's campaign events. However, popular researchers dismiss these claims as baseless, pointing out the strong and publicly positive relationship between Trump and the Israeli leadership during his presidency. The theory remains popular in certain conspiracy circles, reflecting deep and baseless suspicions of Jewish influence in global politics. Number 9, the shooting was orchestrated by the deep state.
At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see.
The concept of the deep state, a supposed shadow government within the government, is a fundamental component of many conspiracy theories. Some theorists believe that the deep state organized an assassination attempt on Trump to prevent him from exposing their secret operations and undermining their control. They argue that Trump's anti-establishment statements and actions represent a significant threat to powerful bureaucrats and intelligence officials who allegedly pull the strings behind the scenes. Evidence presented often includes errors in security measures and the mysterious deaths of individuals connected to Trump. This theory appeals to those who already distrust governmental organizations, though it lacks credible evidence and is widely regarded as hypothetical and exaggerated, developing mainly in echo chambers of conspiracy discussions.
Immediately reissue my 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, and I will wield that power very aggressively. Second, we will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them.
Number 8, the left orchestrated the Trump assassination attempt.
A lot of the background about what happened that day. They know that he went to his employer at the nursing home where he works as a dietary specialist before this and said, I need Saturday off. I have something important to do. But he told his coworkers, I'll see you on Sunday. So he changed his days off, presumably for this.
This theory suggests that left-wing extremists, motivated by a deep hatred for Trump's policies and persona, planned an assassination attempt. Conspiracy theorists point to aggressive statements from some left-wing politicians and activists, claiming it promotes violent actions. They argue that Trump's policies, particularly on immigration and social issues, triggered extreme reactions from the left, resulting in a coordinated effort to eliminate him. Supporters of this theory often point out the political violence seen at some protests, and the intensity of anti-Trump views in certain media outlets as additional evidence. However, people argue that this theory exaggerates political speech and lacks concrete proof of any organized assassination plot by left-wing groups, instead highlighting the deep political differences in the country. Number 7. The Chinese were behind the Trump assassination attempt.
T-shirts with pictures of Donald Trump's assassination attempt have gone viral in China. Online sellers quick to cash in, selling dozens of shirts within the hours. Our Asia correspondent Stash Butler reports.
The world saw an attempted assassination. Zhong Jiaqi saw opportunity.
This theory suggests that China, threatened by Trump's aggressive trade policies and regional strategies, attempted to remove him from power. The supporters argue that Trump's taxes and tough policies on Chinese tech companies threaten China's economic and political interests, leading them to take extreme measures. They claim that Chinese officials might have used covert networks and cyber capabilities to orchestrate an attempt on Trump's life. Alleged evidence includes cyber attacks linked to Chinese hackers and suspicious activities around Trump's international trips. While this theory fits with fears of foreign influence, it is generally dismissed by experts who point to the lack of concrete evidence and the unlikely likelihood of such a high-risk operation by a foreign government, making it more fiction than fact. At Conspiracy Theories Revealed, we also let you be the judge by encouraging you to share your comments and thoughts in the comments section of this video.
But, you know, I don't think a deal is going to get done.
Yeah, I thought it was just an extra threat so that the talks are more productive at G20.
All right, so you're just thinking it's leverage.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the question for Mark would be what happens if there is no deal done, and what happens if Trump actually goes through with that threat? Because we're already seeing some potential slowdown.
Number 6. Was Antifa behind the assassination attempt on Trump?
Antifa's bad, really bad.
In the past year, it seems like Antifa has been everywhere. Building burned down in Minnesota? Antifa. Looting in Soho? Probably Antifa. Capitol violently overrun by people wearing MAGA hats? Definitely Antifa in disguise.
Antifa, a poorly organized movement of far-left activists, is often targeted in various conspiracy theories. Some believe that Antifa members, motivated by their opposition to fascism and authoritarianism, planned the assassination attempt on Trump. Those in favor of this theory argue that Antifa's violent disputes with Trump supporters and law enforcement suggest a desire to take extreme measures. They point to incidents of violence at protests and social media posts as supposed proof of Antifa's intentions. However, this theory lacks credible evidence linking Antifa to any coordinated assassination plan, and critics argue that it exaggerates the nature of the movement, which is primarily focused on anti-fascist activism rather than organized violent action, further promoting unnecessary paranoia and division.
We're meeting members of the Rose City Antifa, short for anti-fascist. This group's main goal is to disrupt neo-Nazis and white supremacists, but also take on government and capitalism.
Number 5. Biden and the deep state created the atmosphere that provoked the attack, claimed the Kremlin.
После многочисленных попыток устранить кандидата Трампа с политической арены с использованием сначала правовых инструментов, судов, прокуратуры, попыток политической дискредитации и компрометации кандидата. Для всех сторонних наблюдателей было очевидно, что его жизнь находится в опасности.
According to this theory, Joe Biden and the deep state created a negative environment that indirectly led to an assassination attempt on Trump. This idea is strengthened by reports allegedly pushed by Kremlin-backed media, which suggest that Biden's harsh criticism of Trump and the deep state's schemes encouraged violence. The supporters claim that Biden's campaign statements and the deep state's influence on the media created a climate of hatred and conflict, making an assassination attempt almost certain. They argue that the following unrest assisted Biden politically. Others dismiss this theory as a politically motivated lie, pointing out the lack of direct evidence connecting Biden or the deep state to any such conspiracy and highlighting the Kremlin's interest in generating disagreements within the U.S. Number 4. Trump staged his own assassination attempt to create a false flag.
Take stock of the fact that when Nancy Pelosi was subject to an assassination attempt and her husband was hospitalized with very serious injuries, Trump mocked it and laughed at it. So I think that when the Republicans are now accusing Democrats of sort of stoking the flames of this, they need to look into their own building as well to see what
27 seconds. It's taken you 27 seconds to blame Donald Trump for his own assassination attempt.
Blamed
yes, you have.
No, I haven't
yeah,
blamed
you have.
Donald
You just
Trump.
did.
I haven't blamed
You just did. Took you 27 seconds.
I haven't blamed him for anything.
You have.
One of the more absurd theories is that Trump himself staged the assassination attempt as a false flag operation. The aim, according to those who support it, is to gain sympathy, discredit his opponents, and justify harsher measures against alleged enemies. They suggest that Trump's team planned a staged attack, complete with convincing lethal and non-lethal threats, to manipulate public opinion and motivate his support base. Alleged evidence includes inconsistencies in the recent assassination attempt of Trump and the timing of certain political moves that followed. Critics argue that this theory is highly suspicious, highlighting the huge risks and challenges associated with such a scheme. They point out that it lacks credible evidence and is more reflective of the conflict and suspicion common in modern political debate. Number 3, the Secret Service, security failings or a deliberate choice to overlook.
Take a look at what happened.
It's the Secret Service's biggest crisis in decades. How did a 20-year-old gunman climb a rooftop with a rifle and fire shots at former President Donald Trump from less than 150 yards away?
Shooters down. Are we good to move?
This is a colossal failure for the Secret Service.
The Secret Service isn't just responsible for the safety and security of the protectee. They're also there for the safety and the security of the people that are showing up to these events.
This theory questions the role of the Secret Service in protecting Trump, suggesting either gross incompetence or a deliberate choice to allow an assassination attempt to happen. Proponents argue that security lapses at key events where Trump appeared were too frequent to be mere coincidences. They point to instances of breaches, such as unauthorized individuals getting close to the ex-president, as potential indicators of internal sabotage. Some theorists even speculate that elements within the Secret Service, loyal to the so-called deep state or disillusioned with Trump's leadership, intentionally overlooked threats. This theory gains traction among those who distrust government institutions, though it is widely criticized for lacking substantial evidence and for undermining the professionalism of the Secret Service. Number 2, corporate media are to blame for a near-deadly overdose of negative Trump narratives.
Fox News alert, you just heard President Joe Biden's address to the nation after a gunman attempted to assassinate Donald Trump. The current president said that Americans should not be enemies, we are neighbors, and he called for a moment of national unity, which are all great things to say, but you have to look at the president's actions. This president has tried to incarcerate his political opponent, and some of the things he said about him, being a threat to democracy and a dictator to life and an enemy of the state, really don't jive with the message we heard tonight.
According to this theory, the corporate media's constant negative representation of Trump created an atmosphere suitable for an assassination attempt. The supporters argue that the constant bombardment of critical news stories and opinion articles fueled public hatred and encouraged individuals to take extreme measures against Trump. They claim that the media's representation of Trump as a dangerous and illegitimate leader contributed to a toxic environment, leading some to believe that removing him was a moral necessity. Alleged evidence includes the overwhelming volume of negative media coverage and the correlation between media narratives and public opinions. Critics of this theory point out that media outlets are utilizing their freedom of the press and that there is no direct evidence linking media coverage to any assassination plot. Number 1, Joe Biden sent the orders.
This image is iconic and conveys Trump's undying strength and devotion to his country. In contrast, Joe Biden displayed his hallmark fragility and weakness through the unfolding situation. Take a look at the contrast in both leaders in light of the assassination attempt and how this will affect the election.
The most dramatic theory claims that Joe Biden, motivated by political rivalry and desperation, personally ordered an assassination attempt on Trump. Supporters of this theory represent Biden as a ruthless figure willing to eliminate his competition through any means necessary. They argue that Biden's political objectives and deep connections within the government gave him the resources to organize such a scheme. Alleged evidence includes suspicious connections between Biden's associates and mysterious events around Trump's campaign. This theory, however, is commonly dismissed as ridiculous and baseless. It reflects the extreme division and deep-seated mistrust in American politics, where extreme claims can gain popularity despite a lack of solid proof.
Biden is authorizing deadly force against his political opponent.
This was an attempted assassination attempt on Donald John Trump.
Merrick Garland basically issued a kill order for President Trump.
Donald Trump, in an email titled, "They were authorized to shoot me," Biden was, quote, "locked and loaded, ready to take me out."
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like and check out other cool videos from our channel, Conspiracy Theories Revealed. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel to be notified of our latest videos as we continue to uncover and reveal conspiracy theories where we let you be the judge.